Hello and welcome to the third installment of Three Minds, One Vision. I'm your host, Saliota.
I'm your host, Gary Lombardi.
I'm your host, Doris Vidal Dorsch.
And these next three episodes will be on change. So, Doris, what do we have on change? We have endurance.
Resilience and knowing our strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, and today we're going to start off with endurance. Now, when we talk about endurance, right, I know you spoke a little bit. There's a huge difference between endurance and resilience. Do you want to touch on that a little bit, Doris?
Yes, and before we start that, we want to tell you a little bit why are we talking about change. Change is one of the most important things that happen to us as people, and it can create many negative emotions with it, and it can also create some positive, some benefits can come out of change. But most of us see change as something very unpleasant and painful. And especially over the last couple of years, change has been something really important in everybody's lives because we are living in unprecedented times. And that's why we are talking about endurance and resilience today. Endurance is our ability to withstand hardship and adversity, especially when we can sustain this change over a prolonged, stressful time. Um, it can be a part of an activity that we're doing, or it can be a part of something that we are enduring emotionally. And of course, of us, this will resonate with everybody. Over the last couple of years, we had to endure times that are unprecedented, where we have experienced levels of stress over really prolonged, uh, over prolonged months, right? And so that's what we thought that this is a very important topic. So endurance is something that helps us deal with very, very stressful and very difficult times. The best example, the most common example that you can picture for endurance is when somebody is running in a competition, in a marathon, right? And it is actually, it doesn't matter how much you train, it's something physically very draining, painful, and it is very demanding mentally. Yet a person can do it and can do it successfully because it has a goal in mind, right? They want to get to the end of the competition. So that's a very simple
And
example.
it's really like to break the word down, it's how much you can endure. How
Yes.
much pain can you take? How much can you push yourself? What's your breaking point? Like people are out of shape, right? They can't run that marathon because they haven't trained themselves to endure that type of bodily stress and stuff like that. So just like working out, I know Gary's a big swimmer. He's probably more athletic than anyone watching this video right now. You have to train yourself to endure certain tasks and things you want to achieve. So, you know what? Let's give it to Gary, Doris. Let's see what Gary's got to say on this.
So Doris is right on track. Sal, we're on track. Endurance is for the long haul. So there's mental endurance. Well, I think mental covers even physical.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a mental endurance that uh, we persevere. We push through. We've made up our mind, and we move forward. And it's a training process. Endurance is a training process, but I think you first start with that you want to uh, uh, take on a challenge, and that you're aware that it may require some endurance, some change, some pain, and that you can push through that. So athletes endure. They go that extra mile. They push themselves a little further. So endurance is very important in life and everything we do. There's obstacles. There's times that we don't want to do it, and training ourselves to endure for the distance is something an intricate part of success.
So, Gary, you brought up mental, right? And I went back to what Doris said about the gym. When you're, let's use you as an example. When you swim, right? On average, how many laps do you do around the pool?
I do about 40, 45 minutes, about 3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
You know?
So,
Yeah.
at what point, right, during that workout, do you start thinking in your head like, "Am I going to be able to finish this today?" You know, or does that thought not even come into your head? Where you like, "I know what I have to do. I don't care what my body tells me to do. These 45 laps are getting done."
So yeah, so you know what? I don't have that challenge. I look forward to it. So I've trained myself to find the pleasure in it. It's not something. Probably when I was younger, when it was competition, playing ball in school and sports, there was more you needed to endure and push yourself and you know and really strain. Yeah, I just there was a point there. I don't what I look forward to it, and I don't. To me, it's not a strain. So endurance. I've trained myself to every day do it. I look forward to it, and
And have you taken that exact action and put it into? Have you implemented it into business, in writing?
yeah,
You know.
it's all. You know, it's all. You know what? I have to say the training that I got, starting in I played ball, baseball, I played football in school, and that training, running and track and all this, you know, it built up, and those were hard times when you're young. There's a different mental attitude. You just joined a team and you didn't know what you were in for.
Yeah.
But if you had a coach that really pushed they pushed the limits on you, and sometimes it was really stressful. But you know what? Once you've overcome the barriers and come out the other side, you built that endurance for the next time. So the endurance that I gained from that has carried over into everything that I've taken on and wanted to do, and has made it a lot easier. So sports, I have to look back and say that was a great asset that I had. Getting involved in sports at a young age really gave me that endurance to push through the pain and come out the other side. And yes, and then whatever I did later on playing sports, or my swimming today, getting into business, I just have this, okayness with, pushing through, and I don't even see it as pushing through anymore. It's just, I'm aware what I'm looking at ahead when I make that decision, to take on a challenge.
And I think, Gary, that you just touched on so many important points, because you just describe how you push through, right? So every time when you have something, for example, opening a business, developing a new business is something that is so complex and painful and stressful, and just what you say, pushing a little bit through every day. Every time you move a little bit forward, there are times where you move forward a lot, right? But there are times where you move just a little bit. And every time just going a little bit beyond your comfort zone, or a little bit more beyond your comfort zone, is something
I'm sorry, Doris, did we lose the connection, Sal? I'm getting a pop-up. It says lost connection.
No, we're still good.
All right. I just want to make sure. I'm sorry, Doris.
Sorry, guys.
Right.
So it is something that is really important, right? When you need to consider, when you know that what you have to do is challenging and it is difficult. But anyways, you have your purpose, you have your objectives set up, and then you know that you will do what it takes to move forward and to fulfill whatever it is that you have set yourself to do. And like you say, these are skills that can be used, for example, when you know that the last month of school you have to go through finals and through many projects, when you have to start something new, a new career, when you have a new child, right? All of these changes are changes that are very dramatic and can be very stressful. So endurance can be used in many, many different aspects in life.
Well,
Yeah.
I love the way this is wrapped. We're wrapping it all together here. I really do. Like, the purpose, everything that we've been talking about is starting to piece to piece together. This is really going to turn out to be an amazing series. For anyone watching, if you haven't already, please leave a comment, rate, and subscribe. Join our Discord community down below. Guys, if you have any questions, the email is right there, lidailyroast@gmail.com. If you don't want to send an email, go to the Discord. You can talk to us personally. Hear more about our mentorship programs and how we can help you further along your journey. Guys, we're going to wrap this one up. We're going to head on to the next one where we talk about resilience. I'm your host, Sal Yoda.
I'm your host, Gary Lombardi.
I'm your host, Doris Vidal Dorsch. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
Peace out.